think the last thing that happened was you guys talked to some townspeople, and they basically directed you, after a brief conversation, they directed you down the road. Basically the fort is north, I think I said like north of the town. A couple miles up the road. I think you guys just started to kind of walk that way. And then you guys also have a camp set up with some scouts kind of going around collecting information for you. You know, the fort is held up by some sort of professional like group, whether it's mercenaries or whatever else they might be. And then obviously you have the peasant militia that's also kind of in control of the area. And then they reported back to that there is a basically a kind of Gatling gun garrisoned at the someone's computer crashed.
Yeah.
There's a Gatling gun garrisoned at the fort, along with 2 scorpions, which are basically like little ballistas, along with like a bunch of like what looks to be professional troops with you, with the party. I believe it's everyone from the party plus Hess and 8 of Frederick's squad.
Do they have names yet?
Yeah, we'll come up with names as we.
Have to survive at least 3 sessions before they get a name.
As we, you know, as certain scenes happen with them, I'll name them appropriately. I think I named at least one of them, but I don't recall what his name was. He was supposed to be the... Oh. His name was Herman, I think? Or those were... No, those were the 2 captains. Definitely not any of whatever the fuck Monty just posted. But yeah. So they basically just told you that the fort is... You asked them who's in charge. You said they're located at the fort, a couple miles north through the town. What do you guys do?
Heading up there to see if we can at least discuss matters.
Yep.
Okay. Is there any objections to this, or is everyone just going?
I'm not the leader. I follow what he says.
Same.
Don't see the tactical merit in accompanying, but I'll go anyway. For diplomatic merit, anyway.
Okay. I'm sure Dan's character would go as well. Alright. So as you make your way, so like the 6 that told you to They go up the road, just kind of start lingering behind you as you guys start to walk. Do you guys do anything, or just kind of like let them kind of follow you?
So it's the peasants are following us while we're on horseback?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, not everyone's on horseback. There's like only 2 of you that are on a horse.
Yeah.
Ian,
Yeah.
I hope you fall off and crack your damn neck. That's
Wow,
all.
and why do you gotta be so harsh?
Probably turn about face to basically look at them front on. Just, can I assist you in anything, good sirs?
So we're just ensuring you make it there in one piece. Says the town members can get quite rowdy. And then you start to see numerous people from within the town start to kind of walk out of their houses. You see a lot of these peasants are holding farming tools, butcher tools, and even smithy tools. Some even holding formidable weapons. They're not making any moves or anything. They're just kind of standing outside of like either their shops or their houses along the streets, just kind of like staring.
I assure you, we intend to resolve this peacefully, if at all possible.
So that decision's not up to me, sir. I'm just here to escort you. He kind of like spits on the ground.
Very well then. We'll continue on towards the keep.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn around and like ask the guy. So what? So what are the conditions telling me? Disease or injuries?
Where is it?
Can I ask the guy like if there's been any disease or injuries in the town? Nothing to worry about.
Says there's disease and famine throughout the entire region, you dipshit. Why do you think we're doing this? Says we are getting what's ours. He says you can squabble at the bottom of the barrel if you wish, but not us.
He's gonna nod. Alright. Understandable.
Huh?
Sounded like a metal thing went.
Outside?
No, in the bedroom. I was peeing and I heard it inside the bedroom.
I don't know, let me look. I'll be right back.
Don't die.
Here's the secret grenade he placed for her.
Here's the real question. Will we be able to have peaceful negotiations without any bloodshed? Is that something we're capable?
They're pushing me to the brink where I'm about to hit somebody. That's all I'm gonna say.
Possibly. If, well, yeah, me and Hartman could possibly charm them and talk them down. Maybe. Maybe.
Hoping they can see some reason instead of being straight retarded.
I mean, the main thing, well, if we want to speed that up, we could always just, find a threat, a common threat the two parties can fight it, fight and bond over.
Like who?
Mm-hmm. Now there's some chaos shit around here somewhere. Oh, motherfucker.
The only person that you could do that towards is standing right over there.
Or we get Beastmen involved somehow.
Don't like getting fucking Beastmen involved.
These men are always involved.
Yeah.
I'd rather put the natural humans piggyback on the line and just say the elves did it.
How about no?
How about you don't police my mouth?
God damn. Look who came crawling back.
Outstanding.
Yeah, it's Danny. Danny, you there? Or is his mic still getting warmed
Yes,
up?
my mic. I hate technology.
You should probably hear me out here. You should put Windows on the solid state drive.
I've been meaning to do that.
Yeah, not a bad plan.
Or just buy a whole new one. Did you just disrespect me, you disrespectful son of a bitch?
See, you say this, but Matt's the
no.
one who pisses every one of your turns.
I know, I didn't say that was disrespectful. And I bring it up every goddamn time, because it's inevitable. This man's not sorry, he literally does it on purpose now. Man, waits till like, oh, it's Virtue's turn. I don't need to fucking pay attention to this shit.
He already knew.
I mean, I don't really do shit. I just run up, I hit somebody, my turn's over. That's my life.
That's doing shit.
Doing plenty of shit.
I just do my job, coach.
Put me in.
And these fucking peasants are about to make me do my job. Actually, how many people do you think is actually in this fucking town?
Hundreds.
Hundreds?
Probably.
Oh, that's enough.
More
Fucking
than like the
kill 'em.
12 of us can
At
take.
least hundreds.
Yeah, they
More
wouldn't
than
have a
12
keep
of us
if they didn't
did.
have hundreds.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Statistics.
It's
Alright.
fine.
I'm back.
Besides, technically,
Welcome
I have
back.
11 people for battle, because Hess is a cripple.
Alright. What was the last thing I said?
You insulted Monty and called him a dumb cunt.
Yeah,
I didn't insult Monty. The peasant insulted.
insulted loud. Insulted loud.
Came out of your mouth.
I gotta fucking. Alright, so hold on, I gotta replace my bedroom edition.
Man, Silas would be pretty effective in this current period of time. All the
Would he
chaos
really?
around and shit. I mean, yeah.
Too bad he's decomposed.
Yeah, too bad he is in Davy Jones longer.
Silas would not be useful. That nigga
He's
would drop
vitally
this like a
challenged.
bad habit. This nigga dropped this for some pussy. Do you think he's actually gonna do anything better?
That's how you know he's a real one.
A champion
Nah.
among thieves.
Huh?
Slay the puss.
Fuck is that noise?
And he was a smart
So
man
is
because
that
he got the
nice?
pussy beforehand.
Alright, I told my friends the stories that we've had to give them examples of things we've done in like Warhammer, and Silas was definitely one of them.
Silas's definition of what can go wrong when the dice hate you.
No one was ever expecting the thief to get paddled by an old man.
Oh.
Everything they could have stopped you was the old fucking fisherman.
And it was, you were charging him, right? And he got
Yeah.
a critical parry.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
crit.
that's what. The first attack sealed your fate.
You fucking necked your bass.
Sigmar was on my side that day.
Still sad about it.
That's how you know it's that character's time to go.
Well, let's work on getting everyone else killed, so Danny doesn't have to be alone.
You just want to die.
So yeah, they will.
Frederick wants to die.
I told you,
I don't.
he's our muffin.
So they'll just keep following you
Don't you fucking call me that again.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You're our muffin.
after
Not a
insulting Monty's character.
I know the muffin, man.
So you guys just continue.
Yep.
'Cause-
Trying to show some peace towards these guys.
Alright, so as you start kind of making your way down the road and you start passing these peasants, they start to yell insults at you. You know, just the common ones you guys have already been hearing. You could just tell that there's just a lot of rage and hate for basically the government.
And I'm gonna roll a charm to try and persuade them of. No, I'm kidding.
To rise up and join the elves.
They would get murdered by the elves.
I was
And,
going for the. Never mind.
A small and the 6 guys that were falling behind you, the group starts to kind of get bigger and bigger as more and more people join the group as you pass them. But none of them has shown like any sign of like actually like kind of
Starting some.
starting some like combat type bullshit. But rotten food is suddenly hits the snow by your guys' feet. Then a rotten tomato hits your shield, Frederick. And then
What?
Yes.
and then
I don't think
a
Look out
couple
for those
also
children. They
hit,
might kill you again.
a couple land near
I
your
mean-
soldiers.
when Naothi says that,
Well,
I'm
like,
starting to look
food,
angry at the windows.
if food is like getting dropped near us, I'm just gonna make the signal towards my guys in the back, and the signal is faced forward.
Yeah, it's like rotten food, and it starts to hit the snow by your guys' feet and your men's feet, and some hit their shield and your shield. Your men they go into formation. Your men look extremely nervous. Eventually, at this point, the crowd grows to possibly 50 to 60 people. Men and women. Men and some women.
Is the group behind us throwing shit? Like, not the 6 people, but the clump of people.
There were probably people that were throwing shit, and then, like, as you pass them, they just kind of went behind and started, like, following you. You reach the edge of the town. A dirt path and a light wooded forest lays before you.
Hmm.
Everyone make a perception check. Ian, make 2.
I don't like where this is going.
He is gonna get pelted. The fucking nuts.
Yeah, you know, there's probably some like insults thrown towards you, Ian, as well. Like, what the fuck is this stupid fucking elf doing here?
I don't for sure.
Do I want to?
None of us see a goddamn thing.
I'll spend
Lot.
fortune. Make that a +1 on the first roll. And I'll roll these seconds.
Monte,
Yeah, sorry, I had a phone call. What's up? What happened?
roll perception.
Oof.
It's all regular guys don't see shit.
So, I'll tell you what the people, that don't see any, like, that failed. You basically see, basically a bunch of horse tracks, kind of going from the eastern part of the town up the road into the forest, and on the left side, or on the west side, you see what would be a bunch of footsteps heading from the west side to the basically the kind of like dirt but also covered in snow path towards the woods as well. Now if you, with your perception check, you probably put it as 30 or so different horses, and maybe about 20 or so just kind of different tracks, I guess, from the western side. Oh, you also see some of the horses are pulling some sort of wheeled vehicle, or wheeled like item, object. And then also you pass both tests. So yeah, there's several signs that horses and wagons, along with people, have used this road. And you also see 2 men in the forest ahead start to kind of mount the horses and ride further north.
Alright. And the horse tracks from the east moved also north towards the woods?
Mm-hmm.
Along the dirt path? Okay. Just want to confirm. I shall relay this to Heartwind and I'll whisper. Yeah.
I think they might be expecting a lot more.
Indeed, and we could have some siege equipment on the wheels.
If this does not go well, we'll have to return quickly. It would be easy to assume that they would be expecting a sizable force and have already mounted a counterattack.
The one in charge, after all. I'll leave it to your discretion and all. I'm just curious if my objective is nearby.
One would hope. 2 birds, 1 stone, as they say.
And back to Matt, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys go further?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So as you start to head into the woods, the group is still following you, but they're no longer throwing food and shit at you. They're just kind of walking silently behind you. In a very like clustered formation, not very organized, as you can imagine.
I get the small feeling that whoever's running the keep doesn't want to train the peasants to be full militia.
For what purpose, though? I imagine they expect a fight down the line.
Maybe they're overconfident in their own abilities, possibly.
Perhaps. Maybe they wish to clear out soon. This might be more of a short-term thing.
If that's the case, we would probably have to give a keen observation to what they're doing at the castle.
Suppose so. Frederick, how do you feel about this?
You have to get his attention again.
Frederick.
Hmm?
How are you feeling?
About what?
The situation in general.
What about it?
Why do you think everyone's here?
Because they want a place to get in, since it's getting rather cold outside.
And how long do you think they'll stay?
As long as they think they have an advantage here.
Alright, alright. Good talk, Frederick.
And like he's gonna immediately fix his eyes back on everyone else. I'm not one for conversation right now. We could possibly be stabbed at any moment. I'm on edge.
Yeah, your troops are kind of, shaken as you guys enter into the woods, and it gets, as you kind of journey, it gets pretty, quiet. I guess there's not, a lot of talking coming from the group behind you, maybe just a couple of coughs and sneezes and grunts, and just kind of the sound of their, equipment moving either on their body or kind of clunking together as they kind of walk.
Do the peasants ever seem to trail a little further away?
I shouldn't do what I'm about to do, but I should.
No, they just stay behind you guys.
I'm just gonna look up at Nalafi. Are you watching the peasants closely?
That and our surroundings in general.
Good. And he's actually, in a short second, he's going to stab the tree. A tree, I should say.
Okay.
And what I wanted Ian to be looking out for is kind of if someone reaches for something that they might have hidden, if they're put off guard a little bit.
You draw
just
your
so
weapon.
We know. Just so I know how many people. Well, you see how many people have some more dangerous weaponry than what the average people have.
Okay,
Right.
make a perception check.
Gotcha. As we enter.
Okay, so while doing that, can I look around, see if I can detect any magic in the area?
Oh no.
Damn it, Ian. Oh,
Sure, make a
try.
perception.
so I am also looking out, but I know my perception is going to be shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yep, shit. Should I fortune?
Okay, getting all the bad rolls out of the way.
Hopefully.
So yes, actually, would that be more intuition? Seeing the mood of the crowd. Doesn't really matter.
Well, if you're trying to see if they're gonna pull something out, that'd be perception. If you're trying to see how they would react to the situation, intuition.
Yeah, gotcha. I should remember to use intuition at some point, because it actually seems pretty useful.
Like after that, I'm gonna like basically retract my blade and just say, "Fucking spiders! I hate this force."
You hear the crowd kind of like, start murmuring to each other, but that's basically it.
Could I use intuition on the crowd?
Sure.
Yeah.
God, these
Well.
fucking suck.
Okay. Nice. Okay,
Damn.
I am gonna walk up to Frederick. Try to get up to pace with Frederick and ask him like what was up with the knife.
He's gonna look at you and not respond.
All right. Shutting that off and just walking a bit back to my spot next to Heartbeat.
Hess will kind of look at you and be like, not to ask questions like that to him.
I was hoping in 5 years he changed a bit more, but I suppose.
This, really, with all things considering what happened.
Call me an optimist.
Kind of just chuckle. But alright, if you guys continue walking through the forest, a couple miles down, you eventually see the wooden fort. It sits upon a coop hill, which is a high rounded hill in this case. From the base of the hill, it's probably about 70 or so yards to the top, to where the fort is. It looks to be behind the hill / fort is a small quarry of some sort. So it's kind of like, say this is the top of the hill, and then you have like the fort like right here. And then right next to it is like a kind of like a small quarry. So if you were to like go around this way, there'd basically just be like, it'd basically be a dead end unless you like fucking like jump down into the quarry itself. So it's kind of like a, I guess like a ledge. And then off to the off to the left, you see a small road, small dirt road attached to the one that you're currently on. Kind of snakes its way around the hill, going down below into the quarry, and then you also see it kind of peter off from the top right here and go left. But you're not able to see where, like if it just kind of stops or if it also goes down on the other side of the hill. And 9 feet from where you are, you're basically, you see, everyone kind of sees just like the fort in general, and that the fort has 4 outer archer towers and 2 inner towers. Ian, you see the Gatling gun placed above the fort's gate, and 2 scorpions placed on top of the front 2 towers, along with, people up there and all the guards kind of walking around the fort and on the walls and stuff.
Gotcha. I see the Gatling and the 2 Scorpions. That's nice.
Well, at least we know where they are now.
Hess will kind of look at the group and be like, so, what now?
We tried to discuss matters before bloodshed. I'll try and ride up to the front gates if they'll let me.
Are you bringing anyone with you, or is it just you?
Just me for now.
Okay. Yeah, the peasants will stay behind the rest of the party while you do that. And as you kind of trot up the hill, there's the guards kind of patrolling and kind of in front of or just kind of around the fort on top of the hill. They start to kind of wave, like one of them has a halberd, and he's just kind of like waving it at the fort to get their attention, and then you just see them kind of like point to you. And then you see like a couple of archers start to kind of stand on the walls, and then eventually you will make it up to the gate.
Quick question. Does it seem like they have enough like manpower to cover the walls and turrets and stuff? Or
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I'll just call. Good evening. I was seeking to speak with the man who leads this respectable band.
You see a man wearing, basically just kind of wearing like chainmail, along with his kind of like his uniform, and you see kind of like several kind of stripes down his arm, and he's kind of on the gate above basically above the wooden gate, so like the gatehouse, I guess you could say. And he kind of like smirks. Also above the fort, you'd see the flags of I think I said there it was a bear ripping out a deer's neck. Was there a sigil?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, you see that flying above on the fort without any of the Nordland or Empire flags flying, and you see that sigil on like most of their like armor and like uniforms too. And he will kind of walk out and he says, "And who might you be?"
My name is Harwin Dassler. I've been sent on the behalf of the state to at least discuss matters respectively, instead of causing more bloodshed needlessly.
Says needlessly, eh? That's one way to look at it. But the other way, that's how we get paid. And then all of his like lackeys kind of, do that like minion laugh.
Everyone laughs together.
Yeah. He says, "And what do you have to offer us, eh? That we do not already have ourselves?"
Oh, clearly you've been able to take it by force.
Ah, force. And then everyone will laugh. Not much of a fight, I'd say.
Yes, I would imagine most peasants aren't. Though, I do come to discuss matters so many others don't starve and many women and children could survive the winter. I understand, especially with the famine and disease that's been going on. Everyone's at the end of their ropes. I was hoping to at least get some of the supplies and have these trade roads back open so the farmers don't die out along with the lands that they till.
So as you're like talking, he'll kind of like process what you say, and then you see him kind of like look back, and you see him kind of like shouting at somebody, but you don't really hear what he's saying. And then he'll kind of look at some of the troops next to him, and he'll kind of like make like a hands gesture, and he'll kind of like look at you, and then kind of just like step down from the gates. And then you see the gates open, and you see a couple of not soldiers, but peasants actually start to walk out of the gate holding different things like chairs, a table, and a large tent.
Surprising. I'll go to dismount respectfully so I can at least discuss matters.
And you see them start to kind of put up the tent, and everyone at the party, you would see this as well, because they kind of do it like right at the edge of the hill before it like reaches its like decline. So while that's happening, is anyone doing anything, or are you just kind of just chilling back?
Generally, keep an eye on things. Keep note of the crowd behind us and any movements on top of the walls.
I'm mainly just taking note of who could possibly be the most dangerous out of the bunch.
Yeah, you definitely see some people with like formidable weapons, just like hand weapons, swords, and stuff like that. But a majority of them have basically improvised farming tools and stuff.
Gotcha.
But everyone that's back at the party, make me a perception check.
Yeah, because those ain't going great.
Hey, positivity is key. Fuck!
Thank you for
It's just ironic.
Positivity is bullshit.
Hey,
I hate all of you.
There's a lot to unpack with what just transpired.
I'm re-rolling that.
Hello, you daddy.
God damn it.
You want to do corruption?
While he's looking
No.
up. The fumbling
you
fella is
got
like
it.
he's looking out there and then like goes to scratch his eye and fucking just stabs his eyeball with his finger.
Goes to scratch his eye, forgetting he has a sword in his hand. Just fucking stabs himself in the head.
It's a good thing you got a healer right next to you, man.
So the people that did pass, you notice that on the east and west and then the east side, you see two one horseman on the west side and one horseman on the east side. Now if you notice, these are the ones that you saw earlier. They kind of look like as if they were kind of dressed up as, I'd say maybe like rangers or scouts of some sort. They seem like they're kind of dressed to kind of blend in with the environment, and you notice they have kind of like bows on their backs and like swords at their side, but they're not really like advancing or anything. They're just kind of standing there with their, or sitting on their horses on your guys' flanks, I guess.
Gotcha. Oh, I have not been provoked, so I cannot act legally.
Can't do anything either, just kind of watch him. Yo, can I just, I'm gonna do another like check for magic on the area. You keep doing that just in case.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Noise.
Yeah, you're pretty certain that there's no magic within your immediate area.
Fantastic. Gonna reel.
Yet.
That's it. Okay. That's including the fort, right? That's like no magic in the fort either, right?
You don't see any winds of magic around the fort.
Okay. Just,
As for Heartwind, they set up the tent, and the peasants will offer you a seat at a table, and they will bring fresh mead and some like bread and like chicken, and they'll sit in front of you and they say, the captain will be with you in a few moments.
Thank you.
And then they'll walk off. Eventually, a man, along with a few bodyguards and also the man you were talking to on the walls, starts to approach the tent. Oh shit, I guess sneeze. Alright. He is actually not dressed in any armor. And he has kind of a I wouldn't say like a pirate hat, but you know, like the hats that are like super fancy, but they kind of look like the shape of a pirate hat.
Yeah,
they have like the feather. Yeah, then they have like the feather on top or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what he's wearing. And he's wearing some pretty like decent like clothing, resembling like he's pretty well off. And then he has his like the guy you're talking to on the walls behind him, and then a couple of bodyguards, and they kind of surround his side of the tent. And he will walk into the tent and he will take off his cap, and you notice that he is pretty plain within like physique and just like facial features. The only thing you notice is he's kind of like balding at the top.
Mm. So he's getting pretty long in the tooth.
Yeah. He probably looks about to be in like his 40s or something. And he'll remove his cap and he says, you are Heartwind, I presume.
Indeed I am, and I'll actually stand up respectfully. I assume you lead these very vigilant troops.
Vigilant. That's not one word I'd give them. Savages, maybe. It says, Arbaldo Hannawald, at your service.
A pleasure. I thank you for seeing me. Hopefully we can resolve matters without bloodshed. I understand with the high tensions and especially at the state not treating people respectively. Hoping to absolve such situations and, well, be able to bring the township of Breckenhoff back into fray and hopefully open trades again.
Well, I am here to tell you that the people do not wish to open up to the forces of Norland, and they have placed me here to ensure that does not happen. So, respectfully, that is what I intend to do until their coffers run out of gold.
Well, either way on these matters, I was hoping maybe to discuss pricing on your mercenary company, even if things may seem more thin I would imagine their coffers would not hold out for long.
Dear sir, I am not one to go against a contract I am already obliged to accomplish or finish. He says, presumably it may be after the payment stops and you have need of my services. I will gladly do so, if the pay is right, of course. But for now, to keep my honor and my company's honor intact, I must see this one through. As and he kind of like looks you kind of like up and down. You're wearing like your honor plate and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
I presume a man of your status would know such things about honor and keeping your word.
Indeed, my good sir. This is why I came to discuss respectfully first, before presumptions were made.
Ah, yes. Yes, I have no ill will towards you, the people of Nordland, but I go where the money is, and it happens to be in the shithole you call the North, or Nordland, is currently Beckerhoven. And once the money runs dry here, maybe I will move down to Bretonia, deal with the Beastmen. Or presumably I will go up to Newest Emskrank? I don't fucking know. The fucking it's one of the port towns like at the very tippy top of Nordland. To deal with the Northmen, he says. I'm sure there would be a little bit of bad blood between my company and the state, but I heard they are losing badly up there, and I would not imagine they would refuse my services in such dire needs.
Especially with clear skill and demonstration, a very wise defense position, I don't think anyone would be foolish enough to turn you down on your offer.
Spoken like a true man of the state.
I do at least bid you to at least allow the trade to continue past here. I don't expect you to give up all the hard-earned supplies that you've managed to collect from the other trade wagons, but unfortunately, with other more innocents and farmers and maybe even future hands that would beckon your skill with coin, hopefully be able to help them survive the winter if some of those supplies were recoverable. And obviously you can spend your time more comfortably with your men, or even training as you see fit. But those trade lines have to be opened, otherwise, unfortunately, as much as I'm sure many of you would enjoy, even myself personally, would have to come to more bloodshed and blows.
Make a charm check.
Oh, here's the moment of truth.
Nice. He says, I will tell you what. I will let trade go through, but they will go through the town of Beckerhoven's personal, I was gonna say customs. Says I will set up a roadblock. I will search these so-called caravans for things that might interest me and my men. I will take them, and then whatever I see fit to be let through, I will let go back to Salismond, Grafenrich, and Aldenlitz. Says that's a fair trade or a fair compromise for someone that is really in no position to ask of such favors.
Indeed, you are right, and I do thank you for this matter until Other things would have to be decided further by those who obviously order me. I would gladly accept this, so at least some of the farmlands can receive some much-needed aid, and so many innocent people do not come further harm.
Says, but I warn you against any eagerness to assault my forces, as I am not tied to, these lands. We are not from here. And you can kind of tell this by his accent,
No.
and the other people's accent. He says, I do not have any problem cutting down you or your men. And he kind of points over to his cannon. You see that? That will shed through any and every man you send at this fort. He says, I've seen it several times over. Eager knights looking to prove themselves to their hires, cut down 100 yards away from the battle before it even began.
I have no doubt, and especially in the skill of your men. I just thank you for this audience and the good opportunity to see things through peacefully, and so that both coffers may be full.
So of course, someone has to be civil among these savages, and that person is me.
In the respects, especially on this wonderful decision, I do ask, do not mind the gathering of men that I have, dutifully kept outside the city respectfully.
As long as they stay there, they may remain.
Yes. I will be sure that if matters were to arise, I will respectfully send you a message that, unfortunately, hands may be forced, but I will await orders until then. Hopefully, these things remain peaceful, and we will not have to meet on the field.
There's a very generous offer, but do not expect the same thing from me, Hartwin. As I play to win. Because if I do not win, then I do not get paid. And then I will also be dead, which is not very beneficial for me.
I would not expect any less in the Game of War. But then, to respected trade, and I'll raise the glass and toast to him.
Yeah, he'll do the same thing, and then he'll take a drink, and then he'll kind of motion for the tent to start to pack up.
With that, I'll bid him farewell. I'll be sure to do my best to keep my men out of your hair and respectively away from your fellow mercenaries.
He'll just kind of give a gentle bow and be like, my lord, and then he will walk away.
That I'll return to everyone and get back on my horse. We've managed to broker a good trade. The trade line will be allowed back through Beckerhoven again. And obviously they'll be staying till their coin runs out, but till then things shall remain at peace for now. I need to send a message to my lords.
Oh, sounds about as good as we can expect.
Frederick, everything alright?
Oh, sorry. I was keeping my eye on the ones on the board.
Well, at the very least, we'll not have to worry about a magical threat. Doesn't seem anything around here.
That's a wonderful thing to hear, at least. For now, let's head back to camp.
Lead on.
Get contour from Pax. And stop spending 10.
We need to make sure that the trade is honored, of course. Once their coin runs out, they don't intend to stay anyway. Especially with that, I'm sure many of the lords and ladies would prefer to have them on their side, instead of having to send more troops to frugally attack them.
That does
Indeed.
seem so.
I think I prefer to leave this area for the time being.
Yeah, you guys are able to make it back to the camp without any problems, other than the peasants following you back to the town, and then once you kind of leave the town area, they kind of just disperse into the town.
Alrighty.
Wild dogs.
Oh yeah.
And I want to put them down.
Oh, I know you do. You're not the only one. I will definitely be riding back to my lord and telling him the situation and which actions they wish to have me, well, follow up on, or to see if this trade is at least respected.
Okay.
So I'll write that out and send a message out. Await their reply.
Yeah, you probably get a reply by like tomorrow sometime.
With that, I'll just make sure that the perimeter is properly set up. Everyone is still properly training, not too hard, so they can at least have wind in case of a fight breaks out. And to make sure that they don't bother the peasantry and don't aggravate the situation.
Okay.
Other than that, I want people making sure to double up and watch for scouts, because especially after Frederick and Nero was pointing that out to me, I figured they'd be watching us pretty diligently already.
Okay. Let's see. What is everyone else doing for the rest of the day, I presume?
God damn.
Running my guys through. Well, they are very fucking bad at poker because they don't know when to not show fear. So today's exercise is to make sure that they don't fucking piss their pants in front of a mob. Yeah,
Okay.
basically just drilling them.
Okay, I guess while he's doing that, I'm just gonna walk around camp, see if anybody has any injuries or like sicknesses that need to be treated. Usual.
Alright, hold on. Alright, Travis, make me a leadership check.
Leadership. Okay. Oh, hey, there's leadership. Actually, I haven't put any points to that. This might go horribly. Oh, it didn't.
Okay. Yeah, you, the couple days, you feel like you have made some progress, with these, new soldiers, but, you also realize that they have a long way to go.
I'm used to that by now.
As for Monty, roll me a
Heal check.
yeah, roll me a heal check.
Jesus.
Alright, so you kind of go through your rounds to see if there's anyone hurt or injured. There's maybe like a sprain here or there from, you know, the training and stuff, but there's no sickness that you've noticed throughout the camp.
Just gonna like look up to the sky and say, "Small mercies, thank you, Sigma."
Okay. What about Danny?
Yeah, no. Just try to avoid any sort of work. Hanging around with different groups of people and getting some food or a drink here and there, and just moving on when I see people come by who might make me do shit.
Like people, what do you mean? Like shady people?
You trying to pull a dirtbag private?
Kind of. Shady people, people that don't look like snitches, basically anybody who isn't gonna like rat me out.
Okay, I wish I would have remembered the guy's name from last time. You
The
remember?
guy that wants to fucking deck you for making him drink his coffee too fast.
Yeah, I didn't remember his name.
I'm consorting my notes, but I don't think I have it in here.
I'm gonna go with Jack.
I don't fucking remember that shit
I don't
at
think
all.
it's Jack. I think it started with like a K or something.
Yeah, I remember a K.
Herman. I think it might have been
Herman?
Herman.
Oh yeah, it was Herman. Herman was.
Yeah, because we scrolled up Herman.
Oh, okay.
I think that was a captain or some shit.
Oh yeah, the Abaldo. I just noticed the name. Two people Abaldo. There was Abaldo who was the peasant captain, and then there was Hannawald. Oh no, that was the wrong one.
There's Herman and also Bernger Kroll.
Yeah, those two are the those two are the captains of the other
Gotcha.
companies. I don't know. We'll call him. We'll call him Gangolf.
Call him what?
Excuse me?
Gangolf.
Gang golf. Gang golf.
Gangolf.
Gandalf?
Gangolf.
Gandalf.
You just sit in a sentence, please.
Gangolf over there is not a snitch.
Gangolf didn't see anything for the right price.
If you need some questionable shit, Gandalf is your guy.
Yeah.
Gangolf really wishes he didn't drink his cup of joe so fast.
So yeah, Gangolf happens to take a liking to you and has also is also found doing the same thing, trying to get out as much work as possible, and is just trying to basically live off a buzz the whole day.
Sounds like a respectable fellow.
Very. And he likes to walk around with his trusty wood chopping axe,
Nice.
and he calls it Lois. No, he calls it Gerhild. Gangolf and Gerhild.
Is it just Gangolf, or is it Herman Gangolf?
It's just
There's Gangolf.
Gangolf.
Just Gangolf. Okay.
Gerhild.
Gandalf.
God damn it, you fucking. Gangolf. Alright. What about Nilothy?
Definitely do some hunting. Probably get some food
Okay.
stored away or some shit. fucking. It's 2 hours per thing, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay. Anything else?
Might. Well, I don't do any scouting or spying shit yet. Just keep an ear out if anyone, or specifically Harwin or Frederick needs to be doing anything. For now, they'll just spend time hunting and filling larders or whatever.
Okay. So, at around, dusk. What is this fool's name?
Fool.
Foolheim? The fool?
Fool.
Crawl.
Well, I think this one's Herman. Captain Herman will come to just come to seek you out, Hartwin. And this is basically the mercenary company, Free Guild, that is hired by the town. And he kind of like says, I wish to speak to you, my lord. He says, about your possible future events.
Very well.
Since I regret to inform you that me and my my subordinate officers have held a couple meetings throughout the day, and we have agreed that not necessarily, if it comes to it, that there is a siege or an attack to take over the fort. We do not feel comfortable doing so with the monstrosity of a weapon they have on their gates. He says that cannon, I've seen it in action many times before, and I tell you now that it would rip my company apart, and we have worked too hard to get to our size to be diminished at such a really low price that we are being paid for this, he says. So we will not be joining you if that thing is to partake in the battle ahead.
I do respect this. I have definitely considered the matter in this situation. I do not intend to throw men needlessly against such machinations. If things were to escalate into such matters, I don't intend to let those machinations remain intact before bringing the army forth to meet them.
Well, this is good news. I will let the lower officers know that we are on the same page. But I did not want it to come as a surprise that if you did charge the fort with such menacing weaponry on their side, that we were not there to fight at your side.
Do not worry. I'll actually stand up and put a hand on his shoulder. I've faced horrible things before. I don't intend to force innocent people who don't need such horrible memories to witness or to face such things. That's why I sought to bolster some of the more unskilled, so they at least know how to defend themselves when the time comes and are able to back up those who are more able-bodied.
So, well, it does not what was that part that you said? Something about seeing horrible things. Says this, we do not fear that. It says we just are very reluctant to throw our lives down the drain for something such as this, or such foolish take such foolish actions and throw our lives down the drain.
That's understandable.
Because we are mercenaries, yes, but we are not simple, and we do not march where we do not want to march.
It's understandable. Do not worry. I intend to keep as many of our troops alive as possible, if not all of them.
Okay. Yeah, he will then thank you for your time, and will exit the tent.
I'll respectfully go back to tending the matters at hand.
Penelope, make me a perception check.
Oh boy. Gonna have my super badass helmet off for the moment because we're not in active.
Shit, Captain now.
Well, no. I got plenty, don't worry. Oh wait, no, if I do take it off, that gives me... No, it's on actually, now that I think of it.
I say, you
Wait,
want to
so-
get shot in the head, bitch?
I'm thinking more fatigue-wise and shit, but yeah, no. Either way that fails, do I want to use a fucking fortune? No.
It's your choice.
I know, right? I should take a corruption and mutate or whatever. No. I'll keep it.
Good. While you're on your hunting, you do not see anything out of the ordinary.
Oh fuck, I mean something's out of the ordinary, guys.
Hmm.
Yeah, should I roll out towards survival and see how much shit I get? It doesn't even matter, because... whatever.
Yeah, I thought you like auto pass or something.
I get enough to feed myself and one other. But figuring I'm gonna try and stock on shit for the camp, I might as well. Cool, I get enough to feed 2 more people. Yeah. I'll probably bring that shit to Hardwin, Frederick, and Lot, I suppose. No, Hess, what am I saying?
Hess will thank you, and he will then go over to Lount's tent, and will rub it in his face that he was given.
Whoa, Hess, you got a wife. You can't be rubbing your meat in someone's face.
Hess does whatever Hess wants.
This man out here cheating. He's got 3 goddamn kids.
Can I? Oh wait, the fish is in his hand, right?
Yeah, so fuck them kids.
He's gonna
I want
steal
some
it.
more pussy.
Oh, wait,
It's
hang on.
not
Hang on.
fish, but like game or whatever. It's fucking.
What is it?
It's just fucking game.
Okay. I am gonna cast like noise on that thing to make it sound like it's screaming.
Well, why?
Or sounds.
Yeah, why?
I mean, if Hess
What?
is gonna be a shit. Look, if Hess is gonna be a shit, I'm gonna be a shit back.
Alright, yeah, roll to throw. Or roll
I'm not
to,
even gonna say shit. I'm just gonna
Oh,
watch it
boy.
happen.
Oh boy.
okay, so yeah, like, you do that, and the fish is like, ah! Shit.
Fucking murdered.
And he will throw it at your face. And
Eat me.
I got the fish. Ha! Free fish.
yeah, you rolled a 21, so it smacks you right somewhere.
In the where?
He was one off from getting that critical.
How
Uh,
loud is the screaming sound?
Pretty fucking loud, dude. He has
I
to get
mean,
this critical.
decently loud if you hear. But you can hear it from like outside the tent, but like not much farther outside.
Jesus.
All right, so he hits me with the fish, and the fish is not mine, and the fish is in my inventory.
No, Hess will be like, give me that game back. He says, that's not yours.
Huh?
Oh my god.
You throw it at me.
Oh no, walks past his dead. They assuming Hess is in here raping Lot.
I would take it as I would take it as compensation for being assaulted by. I would take it as compensation for your assault with a dead animal.
He says, give me that, you little twerp. And he will grapple you. Or he'll attempt
Oh
to
my
grapple.
god.
Also, kind of the ultimate fucking follow up to that line, but I'm not here, so I can't continue.
Yeah.
Would those rocks be considered yours too, Law?
Oof.
Ooh.
Hess doesn't want the meat, he wants them cheeks.
Gonna
Oh,
oh no.
Hey. Look, man. Alright, Hess, calm down. Like, I'm gonna charm Hess and let's go with, like, let's get him to split this thing in half. Like Solomon's baby or something.
then neither of you get enough food for that.
Roll me a charm. He's like,
Oh,
no,
no.
fuck.
You know
He's
what?
like, no.
I'm gonna reroll that.
No surrender.
You're gonna burn a resource for this.
No surrender, give me that ass.
I got
No,
something
no,
spare.
no, no.
Let's go, Mario. Okay, yeah.
It's like, oh, I shouldn't give it to you, you scumbag.
I'm sorry, who's the man who tried to brag about free food? That he got from an elf?
He says, didn't I bring two? What would he bring? Like 2 weeks? Or like something worth
No.
food?
It was like split up.
No,
Yeah, it's
Hess brought food when he
Oh, yeah,
had his wedding.
Alright. He did.
It's like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you brought it along 2
Yeah.
extra weeks
Alright,
for the
then
entire
think of,
camp.
think of this as compensation for the free beers I got you back in the island.
he says, I think I earned those beers when that fucking wyvern fucking skull fucked me.
Hey, you got rewarded for that. You got a pretty wife and 3 beautiful children out of it.
2.
Yeah, that was like two girls and 1 boy.
Man, fuck the
Two-
kids, they ain't
two
for
are
reward.
Ah,
That's fucked up. You got the retarded kid.
And then fucking Danny, you're hearing this whole thing. Maybe you're like kind of sitting outside the tent nearby, like lounging around with Gangolf, and you hear the scream, and Gangolf's like, "What the fuck was that?"
I have absolutely no fucking idea.
He says,
You think we should check it out?
I need more fucking air.
Yeah, I hear that.
You see him, there's like God damn these stupid ass boxes, dude. That green box will not go away for some reason. I think it's just glitched.
Is it on the map layer?
I've checked all layers. And it's on either.
There for eternity.
So you have the tent, Monty's tent, it was the red tent. And say the little like area you're hanging out with is like right here. And then there's like a wagon. Like right here, so you guys may be leaning up against a wagon. And you hear other guys talking on the other side of the wagon. And you see Gangolf start to crawl under the wagon. And you see him like reaching towards their ale that they have set behind them. He's like, psst, psst. Get yourself a pint, mate.
Sneaky. I'm gonna try it.
Danny,
let's say
you
goodbye
gonna
to,
learn your
like, 3
fucking
fingers.
lesson.
Alright. I'll have Gangolf and yourself roll stealth.
Danny,
Oh boy.
again?
Oh no.
Oh no!
Danny!
Holy shit.
Again!
That isn't my
Oh,
fault.
man.
That is your fault. You shouldn't do this in the first place.
It's like the dice want you to be on the straight and narrow. Holy shit.
You know what? The dice don't know me.
The dice don't own me!
Yeah, fuck the dice.
Alright, let's see.
Danny says, fuck the dice on August 11th, 2019. Let's see where that gets him in a couple.
At 10:11 p.m. Get the time right, because it's gonna be like
Alright.
5 minutes or less.
Hey, time
Gangolf
right there is
succeeded
112.
with a 0 success, but he still passes. I'm gonna roll for the guy's perception.
Oh boy.
Step in the name of the law, you fucking bastard. That's my ale.
And that's gonna be a tie
Oh, shit. So, reroll.
for,
Oh boy.
well, I don't know how that would work because they beat Gangolf, but they tied with,
Then they see Gangolf.
but they wouldn't see him. Alright, I guess, or reroll, I guess.
Yeah, you reroll for. Go ahead, Danny.
Let's go.
Fuck the dice, right?
RNGs, I am sorry. I repent.
I understand.
The dice have spoken!
Instant karma.
Literally under like 2 minutes.
Instant karma. The dice heard you talking shit.
Can I do a
No, you wanna know the sad part? You gonna have to take a corruption, because that's technically the same roll.
No, it's not. You can, I think
Yeah,
could do a
he
fortune
could
spread.
reroll it again. It's a different
Okay.
roll.
I'll do
You
that
want-
then.
Nah, take that 100, Danny.
No. Part of me is tempted to take the 100 because hot fucking shit is that ever the worst thing.
Take that 100,
no.
Danny.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Well, it ain't that shit.
Well,
I'm sorry, dice.
nah.
I'll keep
That's
my
what-
fucking mouth shut from now on.
Look, man, you gotta apologize to the dice that you asked. But it's from the Lord. I'm your lead.
Hey man, you already getting your beef stick today from Head. You chill.
Alright, as you guys start to try to take the ale from the guys from the other side of the wagon, they're like, maybe, well, I guess it would be Gangolf. They just kind of like notice him, but you kind of like maybe bump into like the top of the wagon or something, and like make a noise, and they're just like, what the hell? And they kind of like look underneath the cart and they're like, hey, why are you trying to steal my ale? Gangolf's like, oh, who, me? This is where I sleep at night. And he starts to kind of like caress the like dirt and snow into his like face.
I'm just gonna just back out and just kind of just slowly back away.
Like, no, both of you get under there. You don't steal a man's ale. That is a crime in itself. And they'll start to kind of like, it's two guys, and they start to kind of come around the side of the of the wagon to like where you guys are at.
Which side do they come around?
This side.
Can I sprint into the tent?
Oh my fucking god.
Oh sure.
Damn.
Oh boy.
Okay, so as Hess and
Lot.
Lot are arguing. At the end of your argument, you see Flynn run into your tent.
Hello?
Hi.
Flynn, aren't you?
Yeah, name's Flynn. If some guys come in here looking for me, I wasn't here. Sound good?
I'm sorry,
Yes,
but there's
no.
not much place to. I'm sorry, but there's not much place to hide.
Oh, I know. I'm not staying. I'm gonna go to the other side of the tent and lift up the bottom if I can. Is it?
Yeah,
Can I
you
lift
can
up-
do that. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna lift up the bottom and then crawl out, and then keep running on the other side of the tent.
Fucking god.
Okay.
And they saw this, right?
They saw him run into the tent. Are you trying to be stealthful about it, or are you just kind of sprinting?
I'm just trying to be quick so that I'm gonna be out of the back of the tent before they even come in.
Okay. So as you're talking, you hear a ruffle going behind you. You just see like Gangolf put up his fists, and like the other guy will put up his fists, and then as the flap kind of like closes, you see the other guy kind of like starting walking towards the tent, and I guess that's when you'd kind of run out the other side.
Okay,
And out a very angry man barges into your tent. He's like, "Where's the cocksucker that tried to steal my ale?"
Alright, first off, I'm gonna tell this guy to get out of my tent, because whatever the fuck's going on, it's not involving me or my shit. Like, I'm gonna do that, and like...
What shit do you have?
Books, man. Expensive
what
books.
little shit what little shit I have is not getting involved in this. I'm telling him to get out of my tent.
Says, "Well, tell me where the man went."
He's obviously not in here, so get out.
"Oh, you fucking little petty twat!" And then he'll go out, and then he'll start looking around. I'll see if
I'm gonna walk. Alright, I'm gonna walk out and see, like, am I seeing, like, what's his face fighting with the other guy?
Yeah. They're like throwing dukes at each other. Everyone's kind of like looking, but they don't really give a fuck because they're like, oh.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try to break this up.
Okay.
So, try to come both of them, tell them, like, stop. We've got actual danger out there, and if you two are take each other out of the fight, we'll have less manpower to you two kill each other or injure each other. You know that you can't fight.
Alright, make me a minus 30 charm.
Nope.
Alright, I'm gonna keep that. So I'll just patch him later.
Yeah, they're just like, "Fuck off, you petty twat!" And then they'll just keep fighting.
Oh, fantastic.
Do I?
You see Gangolf punch the other guy in the stomach, and then the other guy will fucking like knee Gangolf in the stomach, and then they just kind of like start rolling around on the ground, like beating the shit out of each other.
Do I hear or see this shit going on?
Yeah, that's why I was about to ask.
I mean, it depends. Are you like walking around? What are you doing?
I would imagine, especially after meeting with the guy, I would probably go out around just to see if tensions are high, especially with the worry of the fucking guns and cannons.
Right now I'm running laps with my guys to do a nighttime endurance training. Because they didn't
In armor,
perform
right?
well today. Yep.
Well, Josh, roll me a perception check.
Oh shit. I need to bump up my initiative again. Actually, I've never bumped up my initiative. I just need to put it up there. I don't see shit.
Yeah. And then Danny, you hear a guy. You hear the guy like. So where'd you go after that? You hear him like yelling for you, and it sounds like he's kind of moving towards your direction.
Oh, I was just gonna bob and weave through tents. And just go to, like, the other side of the camp, or wherever I could go that I could hide.
Okay, let me see. Alright, roll me a stealth check for when you get to that spot.
Well, I will keep that.
Well, he does a lot worse, so he does not see you. So yeah, you bob and weave through the tents, and you see him pass, like, your kind of, like, little shitty, like, you have no idea how he fucking, like, didn't see you. Maybe in his, like, drunken stupor. But he just kind of passes you and starts kind of wandering around, aimlessly.
Ooh. When he passes me, I want to make my way back to where I was, and I want to see if I can steal the ale, if they left it there.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way back, and you see Gengolf and the other guy still kind of rolling around, but more of it's just like an exhausted roll around, and they're just like, "You motherfucker!" slap, and then like it's more of like they want to be the last person to get the last like jab in, so there's like
It's a battle of attrition at this point.
yeah. At this point, they're just moving like fucking snails though, and they're just like rolling around and like barely hitting each other, but they're like keen on winning. But you do see the ale there on the other side of the wagon.
I'm just gonna just walk around and kind of pick that up and just kind of keep moving.
Here, let me
Just
see.
in one fluid motion.
Okay. A little bit later, Gangolf will walk up to you with a bloody nose, and you know, some bruises all over his face. Did you drink all the ale, or did you save one for him?
Oh no, I saved one for him.
And then you see the other guy just kind of like sprawled out.
Nice. See the bits to go, the spoils. There you go.
Says, my plan worked, didn't it? He'll,
Oh yeah, flawlessly.
he says, poor bastard. He says he's probably already 4 drinks in. He didn't stand a chance. And then you hear like a couple of like sections of the camp down. She's like, "Where the fuck's my ale?" You said, "Robert, wake the fuck up, you lazy bum. Where the fuck's my ale?"
Oh fuck. We should probably move.
Says, "I know a good hiding spot." He says, "It's where I hid when they started chopping down the trees to make the spikes."
Nice. Let's go there.
Yeah, then he just brings you to like, I don't know, some like fucking like shitty hiding spot. He's like, it says, the soldier's life is an easy one. Tell you what, and he just kind of kicks up his feet, and then he takes like a sip of his ale, and then before he even like finishes it, he just falls asleep.
Wow.
Alright, I guess
I'm gonna
after the
take his ale and just.
He's like, whoa, what are you doing?
Nothing. Nothing. You know, he almost dropped it. Is all.
No.
Just making
He'll just
sure.
kind of like cuddle with it, and just like fall asleep.
Okay, well, while that's going on, I am probably gonna go like tell the like Harpin and or Harpin and or whoever else is in the involved with security around the camp. What the fuck just happened? Tell them like they're starting to fight over random bullshit. May want to watch out.
Sounds like we got a snitch. No. Yeah, you find Hartwin. Kind of walking around.
Yeah, just tell them tensions are at the very least, probably should keep the men off. Well, I regulate the men's ale just a little bit. This is gonna get drunk and start fighting. Because like 2 men just start fighting about like somebody trying to steal someone's.
Thank you, Lord.
Also, gonna find the guy who got knocked out and try to like patch him up. Because again, I want this asshole's fighting fit.
He's fine. He didn't like. He just has a couple bumps and bruises.
Alright. That, guess me and Hess just gonna go cook up this whatever the fuck mallet be.
He's like, oh, you mean you're cooking it up since I got it for free and I just thought to split it with.
Of course, Hess, of course. And off we go to cooking.
And then going over to, you said, Frederick, you're doing a night run.
Mm-hmm.
With armor.
Yep.
Alright. Roll me a leadership check. Roll me an athletics and leadership check.
Gotcha. Oh, my sheet's right there. What am I doing? Let me roll leadership first. 8. And you said athletics?
Yep.
Alright. And 7.
Ooh, nice. So you have no problem on the run, but you hear a couple of the men said, "Sergeant, I can't move my leg. I can't feel my legs. I can't go farther." Everyone's like, come on, you know, stop being a pussy. Come on." But one of them is like, 2 of them are like dragging like way behind like the formation that you guys are running in.
Alright. I'm merciful. I'm going to slow the pace and I'm going to look back at him. You don't discourage the people that you're fighting alongside. If you see your brothers doing not as well, you hold them up. You keep running with them. Because that's the fucker that's going to be fighting alongside you to make sure you don't get stabbed in your ass.
They'll just kind of like gulp and like kind of just, it's like, yes, you know, they'll all kind of like not at the same time just say like, yes, Sergeant, basically, and then start kind of like very hesitantly cheering on the 2 that are falling behind, which their names are Roger Nestler, and Rick Cogler.
Alright.
Let me add that to my notes.
That is 2 names for my 8.
But yeah, and then you're able to kind of you have no you know, conducting the run at all, and you have no problem like outpacing them and like pushing them and stuff like that. But you're also are able to kind of keep them together pretty well, and kind of lead them throughout the run. And then I guess eventually you'll finish, you know, probably pretty tired, and then we'll ask for on orders on what to do next.
Do whatever you want. Nighttime's yours. Just make sure you rest at a proper hour. If you get into trouble, we'll take in your fucking hands.
They'll all kind of like quiver, and they'll kind of just scatter off.
Alright. And now the night is mine as well.
So, is there anything else anyone wants to do before I transfer to the next day?
No.
Should be good.
Do a bit more hunting, but definitely gonna leave food out for Direwolf.
Yeah.
A little ways outside camp, slightly.
Yeah, he would happily accept the meal, and you guys hear howling throughout the night again.
You're gonna have to tell me that thing's out there.
I did tell you.
Oh,
I was
you
told
did
part
tell
of
me.
it.
No, you didn't tell me. You told Josh. You have to go kill that thing one of these days. I mean, it's not about what I'm not going to do, it's about what I'm ordered to do.
Fair, I suppose.
Alright, the next day will come. And anything you want to do, then like the first part of the day.
Make sure everything's in order. Make sure none of the troops have gone to fuck with the town. People are keen and on watch. We may have a brokered peace for now, but it does not mean that they can fucking slack off.
I'll be asking some of the snitches around camp if anything happened last night that I wasn't aware of.
Roll me a gossip check.
Alright. Gossip, where's my god? There it is. Oh, let's fortune that.
Ooh, the dice are fiery today.
Hey!
Yeah, you hear of a little incident. The only name given is, or two names given is, Gangolf and Beartrad.
Beartrad. What name's that?
Bertrad Glenn.
I say, why are you sounding it out for me?
And they are you hear that they're not part of your your squad or anything. They're part of the mercenary company that's basically following you around, and basically got in a fight about some ale, threw up some dukes, and then just kind of disappeared. Rumors of maybe 2 other people involved, but no names given.
Okay. I'm basically, I guess, gonna see if I could find at least one of these 2 names. Because I want to know what went on, since among soldiers right now, as we were told, alcohol is a very precious commodity. If someone's fucking with it, or stealing it, then we're gonna have a hell fucking ton more problems to have on our hands. Like someone might pull out a dagger next time, so best to nip this in the bud.
Here. Let's say with the crit you're able to find Mr. Glenn.
Okay.
Who is on watch on the southern side of the camp. He's just kind of standing there with his spear in his merc uniform.
You're Glenn, right?
Says, "Who the hell are you?" And you can see
Frederick
like
Smith.
he has like bruises and shit all over his face.
Frederick Schmidt. Sergeant.
Yeah, sergeant in the state army, right? Yeah, look at us. I bet I get paid more than you.
Do you?
Yeah. Says, "What the hell do you want? Are you coming to relieve me?"
No. Heard about an incident that happened last night. What can you tell me?
Incident? I have no
I'm
idea
gonna
what you're
point to
talking
his
about.
face.
Oh, I just ran into a woodpecker. Fucked my face up pretty bad. Messy little mess in these woods, tell you what. But I got the bugger. I ripped his fucking spine out of his fucking body.
You can
Threw
either
it to
talk to me, or you can talk to the man in charge when I let him know about this incident. Now, how about you start telling the truth?
Roll a charm.
Where's my... there's charm. Where'd my charm go? Oh, there it is. Well, fortunate. Because why not? It worked.
Alright, he's like, He'll basically just kind of tell you like what happened. He won't say any other names, but he'll say, someone tried to take his ale, and then they got in a fight.
I see. I'm not gonna do anything for the moment. But keep that up. I suggest you put your ale underneath a new hiding spot.
He just kind of has like the entire time you're there, he just kind of has like an attitude of like, why is this guy like even like bugging me right now, kind of thing. He'll just kind of like smirk at you and just kind of like roll his eyes.
Cute.
And he'll blow you a kiss when you say that.
I'm gonna catch it and basically just make a smushing motion with my hands.
He says, "Atta girl." And then he'll just kind of look forward, annoyed.
What was your game again?
Says, "Bertrand Glenn, at your service."
Good. Thank you for being cute with me, Bertrand. I'm sure Hartwell will love talking with you.
Says he can talk to my superior first, and then he'll wink at you.
Right. I'm gonna leave. I'm not even gonna bring that up to Harwin.
Okay.
Bertrand. I'll just have bringing that up to me.
Yeah.
I'll just have a pretty wide smile on my face, like, I'll be sure to keep an eye on it, but if things are necessitated down the road, as I think they might be, don't worry. I'll be sure to bring him along for the very dangerous mission that I have in mind.
Understandable. Just don't expect me to save his ass. He annoys me.
I don't expect any of that.
Grime. Now what's this dangerous thing that you're possibly gonna have me go into? Not possibly, surely.
Well, once I get word back from the nobles, we're going to have to go and deal with some of those cannons on a more hushed sense first.
I'm not quiet, Hartwin.
I don't expect you to be. I just expect us to get in there quietly. After that, you could be as loud as you want with the gunpowder.
He's not even gonna respond to anything. He's just gonna give like a little smirk the moment you say gunpowder.
I figured you'd like that, friend. Don't worry. Either he'll be scared shitless, or we're going to have a great fireworks show either way.
Understood. I'll be on standby. You know where to find me.
Counting on it.
And after that, I'll walk away to go and berate my troops again.
Anyone else? Oh, before that, your scouts will report that a small caravan went through, but they reported that the roadblock basically took most of the food provisions that they had on, but left most of the valuable trade goods within their caravan. So basically, they rat fucked the caravan, took the food, and let all of like the valuables that could be traded off for like corn stuff.
Yeah,
On the
basically,
caravan.
the thing.
You said they what to the caravan?
They rat fucked it.
Never heard that line before. Long point out.
It's well, we just called it like the Marine Corps. You say rat fuck an MRE. It's like you got all the good shit,
Okay.
put all the bad shit back in it, and then just
That was new. That's why I had to pause. Like, he was like, "Hey, what?
So,
I didn't know there was scavenging here."
pretty much fucking up everything that was the intention of the trade. I wasn't worried about the trade goods. I was more worried about the food getting through. I'll have to wait until I receive word before I start acting on this. I'm already pretty fucking disgruntled with this already.
and then they'll report that there's like obviously scouts kind of looking out at the camp too, keeping eyes on the camp.
As expected. I'll make a mental note later on, and also see if my scouts can't count out how many eyes they have on us.
Sorry, what was the last part?
See if I can't get our scouts to try and count out how many they have watching us. Unless we already know that there's 2 from what Frederick and Aleph were pointing out.
Let's see. At least 4.
At least 4. I'll be sure to make a note of that. And I'm going to go to Nalefi and tell them to try and keep eyes on those scouts of where they are at and what they might be seeing.
So you want me to stalk the scouts?
When matters come to at hand, especially since already they are expectantly playing a little more dirty, I want you to gouge the eyes out, if you catch my meaning.
Hold on, or hang on, Hardwind. Gouge eyes, do you want me to kill them?
I think you might like that.
I'll see what I can do.
If you need help,
Watch the horse for me.
will do.
Alright, Matt, what do I need to roll for this? Go scout hunting.
Alright, they will give you a kind of like known last location of some of the scouts, but obviously they've kind of moved around. Let's see.
I could try my hand at tracking.
Okay, yeah, they will give you the last known location of the scouts. They're all in separate locations. But let's see. Make a perception first to find like any clues, I guess, from where they're at.
Alright. That should be 56. So +2.
Okay. You find. Let's see.
Oh, and do I know what like they're equipped with the scouts at all? Like, do they give me information on that, or is it just like?
Oh yeah, it's like bows, swords, like not wearing like camouflage, but like just things to kind of. They're not wearing like their fucking bright ass like colors like their like soldier counterparts are, you know.
And I imagine they're all like in leather tops, no like chain or plate.
Yeah. But you do find a possible. Well, you do find a the camp location that has been kind of torn down, and you can possibly trek where this scout went.
All right. And to confirm, I think you know this one, Josh, off your head. Helmets stuff only give a penalty to perception, right? Nothing.
Just perception, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll attempt to use track for the first time.
Okay.
Do I want to fucking bump that? Yeah, I'll bump it to a pass. Why? Fucking YOLO.
Okay. Let's see.
Or wait, is it a pose check or what is track exactly?
I was just about to check to see if it was opposed.
Yeah, if it's opposed, I'll keep that. It is useful to shit. Okay, so use the pursuit rules on 166 for more information. Wonderful. I can't just have everything for tracking in the tracking. Love it. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me too. And
I'm gonna talent
yep, correct.
skills.
Yeah, it's an advanced skill. How the hell does this apply?
This is the GM may also use the pursuit rules to determine if the track down a fleeing warrior. I mean, that doesn't really matter because they're not fleeing at this point. So, scout here. Guess we'll use his track skill as well to try to cover up anything. So it'll be opposed.
Yeah, I'll just keep that. And God, why can't they just go in a bit more detail? That's why I wanted that.
Okay. So you do find tracks that head away from the camp. And they just kind of go west, deeper into the woods, not near like the town or anything. And you probably, let's see, make me a perception check.
All right. Let's do. And should I roll stealth as well?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, you vanished.
Alright. So you see the tracks and you're kind of going stealthily and you're kind of like looking around, and you don't see anybody. But you see kind of like a light smoke kind of coming up ahead. Past like a kind of like this hedge.
Gotcha. I'll keep sneaking. See if I can get eyes on the smoke or what the source of it is.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way up to the hedge and set there. It's a kind of like a small fire. Kind of placed a little bit away from the hedge with a kind of like a a bedroll next to it, and a small like squirrel being cooked.
Alright. But no sign of anyone in the campsite.
Nope.
Okay, I guess I'll maintain my stealth, camp out in a bush or something, show the bow ready, and just... Because the squirrel looks recent, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just hunker down and camp this bitch.
Okay. Let's see. Roll me another stealth real quick.
Alright. Will I get any bonuses for using the foliage as cover? And holding as still as possible?
Sure, I'll give you +10.
Hell yeah. Man, I was 2 off from getting the exact same thing.
Alright. Let's see. And then don't you have a talent that's if you're in woods, they don't get to roll,
Yeah, a rover. Where if they're not actively looking for me, they just passively whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, you basically if, the only way they'd see you is if you, because they don't roll their, what is it, like, passive, let's see.
They don't get a pass.
They don't get a pass the perception test, so I don't roll for them. So, you see a man that is kind of he's kind of coming from the eastern side of.
Oh, one
small little
quick
camp.
thing to ask: how far from this camp am?
I'd say there'd probably be like another bush, maybe like 30 yards away.
All right, so I'm within like, I'm within 75 yards.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. Just wanted to confirm.
You see a man walking on the edge of the camp, probably about 50 yards from you. And it looks like he has another squirrel in his hand, and he's just kind of going towards the camp.
All right, can I start aiming?
Sure.
All right. Cool, I'll just be aiming, watching, probably wait for him to stop moving or sit down, just put the squirrel.
Okay. Yeah, he eventually gets to the camp, and he'll kind of throw the other squirrel next to the fire and kneel down and start to kind of take off the first squirrel.
Okay, at this point, I'm probably going to take the shot, but I just want to check the table of range bonuses to see if there's any. Okay, so aimed and short range and advantage because attack from stealth. Is there anything for someone? He wouldn't be considered. Oh, it's not even shooting. Never mind. Okay, so it should just be that much. I shall take the shot, I suppose. Or wait. Sorry, I just gotta check one more thing. What a called shot is.
I think it's like a -20.
Yeah, -20. Okay, yeah, let's get bold. I'm gonna go with a called shot to the head then.
Okay.
Actually, wait, doesn't even matter now that I think about it. I'm just gonna do a standard shot. Don't care about where it goes.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm being so wishy-washy.
You should be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure you fucking hit. Plus
Yeah.
10.
Let's see. 19.
Man, this nigga's fucking dead.
20 damage to the left arm.
Why his arm?
Going for the heart.
He's going for the pits.
Yeah, you release your arrow, and it strikes in the left arm, and he dies instantly. And he just kind of falls next to the small fire.
Okay. Can I do a quick perception check, see whether I can notice anyone else around the area?
Sure.
Damn.
Alright, you notice.
God damn.
Yeah, you notice a man about 45 yards from your west also coming in. But he obviously saw the arrow strike his friend, but he doesn't see you. Or roll me a stealth, I guess.
Alright. Should I add the plus 10 again for the bush shenanigans?
Sure.
Plus 3.
Alright. And you see him kind of like stop as he sees his friend and he'll take cover behind a tree, kind of out of sight.
I don't have any more visual on him, right?
Nope. Like, you know what tree he's behind, but you just can't see him.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to start sneaking then to try and get a angle on.
Alright, roll me another stealth.
I think I will finally fortune that.
What is with the dice today? What do we do? It's like,
No.
you're gonna use that fortune. If you use your fortune to be a good little boy, I'll give you what you want.
The dice are rubbing it in Danny's face, obviously.
Man,
Clearly.
you did this,
Well,
Danny. You
yeah.
fucking called this down.
Yeah. Danny brought it upon himself when he spit upon the dice, and they were just like, you know what? Watch this.
Fuck this party.
They're spitting on me right back.
Start
Alright.
to get hit, my guy.
You're able to creep
Yeah.
on. You're able to creep onto the other side, to where you get a view. And at this point, he starts to kind of walk left towards the left side of the camp. But he's still on your view at this point, and he's probably about 45 meters away.
So I have time to aim.
In this case, no, because he might. It looks like he's going towards another tree.
Alright, I guess I'll have to take the shot. That is a crit because of
Yeah,
Impale, I believe,
impale,
right?
yeah.
Headshot.
and
Yeah,
it's
so it's a headshot. So yeah, you shoot it and it just fucking like domes him in the left side of the head, and he just falls down and obviously dies.
Why you don't find elf in the forest? Never.
I feel like this
find
is a
elf in the
fucking
forest.
stereotype at this point.
Why do you think I sent
It is.
you out there to do this? Way stalker.
Christ.
I wouldn't trust any fucking human to be able to do this as unnaturally good as you do.
Well, I did the perception check. I only noticed him, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to quickly go and first off loot both of them, or I'm gonna drag them into the bushes or somewhere kind of hidden, then loot them, and then take their heads as proof.
Okay. So you notice they have 2 bows, about 20 arrows each,
Take those arrows. Thank you.
2 swords, and they have about let's say 13 silver each. Well, not each, but together, all together. And they have a couple of I'd say 4 rations together, and one of them has a like a little pin of like Sigmar in his like pocket. But yeah, that is what they
Yeah.
hold.
Take the arrows, silver rations, and the pin, and their heads.
Okay.
Do I have a
Word.
fucking anything fancy on me? No. You were saying?
Where do you take these heads?
Yeah, take them back to Heartland.
a elf shows up in front of you with 2 heads.
An excellent start. Sure, they weren't really much of a challenge for you.
Surprisingly, no. I thought they'd be more of a threat.
Now, I'll be sure to keep these hidden away.
I left their bodies in a bush. They'll probably be found soon enough.
As expected. As for the others, if you ever get a moment to take them down as well, it would be preferable to have all eyes removed from our camp.
Indeed. Well, now I have a task to fulfill. Anything else you want me to do, or just keep working on this scout problem?
Scout issue for now. Till then, unfortunately, my hands are a touch tied until I possibly receive word back. Or until they agitate me enough with the dealings of the wagons.
Right. I won't really get into that caravan business, 'cause it's not really my prerogative or whatever, but good luck.
Thank you, Dorothy. I'll definitely owe you a drink after this.
Yeah, something like that.
At least assistance with fighting Kruger.
Oh, that I'd appreciate. And I take it you didn't get any word of him from the person who came in to negotiate.
Unfortunately not. I heard he is trying to gain new business ventures, but many of the other nobles seem to have fallen out of touch with him. Most of what I've heard so far is that, well, he's seeking out more people. I'm fairly worried it may be a repeat of last time.
Expedition, yeah.
Though, it could be a different venture. I have no idea exactly as to what he seeks.
Yeah. Well, I'll head back out, I suppose.
I'll keep my ear
Maybe talk to your scouts for a bit for more information.
Yes. I'll see what they can't figure out.
Yeah, now if you'll head out, probably hit up Head Scout, ask for any accurate numbers of how many scouts they think are operating.
Well, they said 4, and then if you tell them about the 2, they'll say 2.
Alright. I'm trying to think where else I can check. I guess do like stealthy patrols through the woods, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, kind of like an area around where I encountered the first 2.
Alright, yeah. Go ahead and roll me a stealth.
Alright. Damn. And I'm out of fortunes. I'm not about to take a corruption yet.
Yeah, you roll me a perception too.
Alright. Damn it. I was doing so well. Oh.
You do well when the dice say.
That is true, from what Danny has taught us.
Alright. So yeah, nothing of really of interest happens during the patrols.
Alright.
But Monty and Danny, what are you guys doing?
probably go gather some. I mean, it's the middle of the day. Probably just gather some plants and all that.
What do you mean?
Just get it. Probably just gonna try to see if I can gather some more like medicinal plants again.
Okay.
I mean, weed.
Hey, I'm not on drugs, right? We're on campaign. This is serious.
I don't know.
Yeah, he wants
last
that
time we were
Molly or
serious.
something.
He doesn't
Gonna
want
find some
to.
coca leaves.
Yeah, he doesn't want to. He
That's
doesn't
all
want to
right,
have
though.
like, you know.
You want to give someone else a second-hand contact eye?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna wait for when we're at a relatively peaceful time. Jesus. That's next one.
Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately,
You want to lose some more fingers, Danny?
you do not obtain anything of value when out on your little herb mission. And maybe it's because Hess came with you and he's distracting you and talking to you the whole time.
I'm sure, just regaling me about the stories, from about the family, the kids, and all that.
Yeah, catching you up. Catching up with the Joneses.
Fantastic.
Keeping up with the Kardashians.
Yeah. Alright, what about Danny?
Basically the same sort of thing. Trying to keep.
Just be slacking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just slacking. Relaxing.
I respect the life.
Trying to stay fucking warm, not freeze his dick off.
I mean, there's plenty of holes to be sheathed in if you want that.
He doesn't exactly roll that way.
I mean, no one rolls that way until they're face up in the dirt.
He's not quite desperate enough to roll in that direction yet.
So yeah, I think that was everyone. I think everyone said that. So yeah, the day will pass. No letter. Second, about halfway. No, second day passes as well. No letter. Hartwin, what do you like? You notice you haven't gotten any letters. Is there any action you take?
I'm going to see if anyone has heard tell of the messenger I sent out at all.
Probably fucking dead.
Okay. No, he is not. You ask around the camp. And there's no one that has heard back from the messenger.
Now that I'm going to move forward with making some of my plans, I'm going to see if the scouts can't find if there's anything remaining of the message or the messenger. I would imagine if there's any trade coming through here, same results. Just kind of taking the food which is needed and just starving people out. Alright, yeah, we're moving forward hard.
So you said you want to send the scouts to see if they could find the messenger?
I want to send some of the scouts to find any remnants of the messenger, if at all, and then to check out trails around the keep to see if there's any way to approach as quietly as possible.
Okay. I will do the first one, and I think we should probably call a session there.
Alright.
Sure. Let's get our luck meter rebuilt. Someone won't talk shit.
Alright.
Come on, Daddy. Apologize to the dice.
Ooh,
I already
You're-
did.
Oh,
Not well enough, apparently.
the scouts will report that they found the messenger's about probably like 6 or 7 miles down the trail to Salismund. Kind of like off the trail a little bit, with a couple of arrows through it, but no messenger. It looks like any of the bags, like saddle bags or anything like that, were stripped off of the horse as well.
Alright then. We're gonna start plotting out a course. I'm going to try and... well, I'll get the others back together. And I don't regret sending Nalafi out to get those scouts now at all. And once I have everyone together, I intend to slip into the fortress, or at least get someone in there, so they can have a good time with the gunpowder. I was wondering if all of you still have the, well, spine and spite, like so many years ago. For you, Night Leffy, I don't feel I need to question that at all after the heads you brought me.
Yes.
That's fucked up. That's so perfect.
God damn.
Do you make these, or do you just like find them?
I've seen that floating.
Sometimes I make them off a meme generator.
God, that's fucking beautiful.
Make them very fast. This one I found because I remembered it.
From Red Dead, right, or something?
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead, yeah.
Continue.
Oh god.
Yeah, what does the rest of the party, I guess, say?
I can at least sneak in and hopefully destroy the supplies, but I don't know where they... I wouldn't be too keen on asking around for that, or aimlessly wandering in the enemy territory.
I would imagine that they would probably keep at least a minimal supply or a small powder barrel near them. Other than that, I wanted to see if you'd be willing to go full deep in as we used to. Also bring in a few extra people to be able to cover our trail, and if things go awry, be able to force the hand and then retreat quickly.
Possibly. But at least be worth my while, because this isn't my primary goal here, to deal with this problem.
I do promise you I will do what I can in all my power after to find Kruger's location for you.
Yes, and have you considered having someone infiltrate the town itself as a spy of some sort, gather information among the local?
I had considered it, but I'm fairly sure that they would be caught out fairly easy. These people have stuck to themselves, clearly, for some time. If they smell even the slightest whiff of something wrong, they'll gut them and lynch them immediately.
Sure enough, after our fun little welcome we had.
Very close and niche people. This situation needs to, well, tend outside their matters from purview. clearly this man is not going to be foolish enough to let the townsfolk know anything.
That's also true. So if there is a way to sneak into the fort itself, find the powder stores and detonate it, I suppose I could do that.
We'll be attempting to escort you, get you as close as possible. Be able to cover your retreat, maybe even help you in getting closer at hand, causing a minor distraction. Something that would draw them away. They may have numbers, but they have some skill. The only one that I really worry about are those the good commander has kept close to him. Clearly, weathered veterans. But nonetheless, I doubt much of that spine would remain if they didn't have the machinations guarding the walls with them.
Yes, I'll consider this plan, but before I do anything, I need a route to follow.
I've already sent out some scouts. They're at least going to get a base view. And if any of those others are currently watching those trails, mayhaps they come across them and be able to deal with them preemptively. If anything, Frederick, as much as it may be a dangerous situation, as to the rest we would be bringing extras as backup, be able to go in for a remedial parley, as I did for one that I would be giving slight warning as to my attack. In honor and respect, I just never said how swift that attack would happen after the warning. We need to be there to make sure that they're very thoroughly distracted. Was it Bertrand, the other mercenary? Alright. I'll be sure to ask for his personal assistance. And not telling him the plan, but getting him to follow along for the excitement.
Understood.
And you, Lout, I will need your silver tongue just to keep things a little more long-winded. As for the others, I do believe there's a fairly skilled mercenary, considering we'd be outnumbered. There's another I would seek to find. I'm sure he would find the excitement, if it were to break down to that, very entertaining.
You talking to Flynn?
Yeah.
It's talking about Flynn.
About Flynn, because I would imagine he's not there, because...
Yeah, I wouldn't think I'd be there.
Yeah, he's not full inner circle yet. Like, I know of him, but I don't have full trust of him yet. But,
No. You pay a mercenary enough, they won't betray you. At least until the gold stops.
Precisely. I intend to use his skill to the greatest effect. Well, till then, I'll wait for the scouts. I'll go speak with some of the mercenaries and have them as backup to your regiment, Frederick.
Understood.
So I will give a little bit of a teaser for next episode or whatever session.
Yeah, episode session.
Might as well call it.
So like the scouts go off and they're scouting throughout the night trying to find a pass and shit. Early in the morning, some of the patrols outside the camp find presumably some traders' heads, traders as in like people that are coming through Beckerhoven, lying in front of your camp with their heads cut off, and it's exactly 2 traitors. So it's
Oh yes. I'm going to enjoy this thoroughly.
So it's basically like they found their 2 guys. So
Oh yeah, I figured as much.
Wait, it took them a couple days.
Yeah, they only had 4 scouts out.
Yeah,
Killed 2 of them.
2 of them were very dead. I think they should be very scared, considering it was 1 shot each.
Yeah, I regret not going for the other 2. Really spending more time out there, but I figured, 2 in the hand worth more than 4 in the bush.
I know. I'm pretty sure they're well and shitting their pants after that.
I don't rephrase that again.
It's even better because one dude was headshot, and so there was no wound on his body at all. The head's just fucking gone.
God.
Fucked up.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, the heads would have been 2. So I guess let me go into more detail. So there was 4. Like there was like a one like little small caravan with 4 traitors. Just like one of the other scouts, when the caravan passed the camp, would have told you guys this, that they chopped off 2 of the traitors' heads by random, took all the food out of their caravan, and left everything else. Let the other 2 pass by.
Oh yeah. This fucker wants to play dirty. I'm gonna fucking end his existence.
I'll point out you started that part.
No, they did with the scout. I was just already trying to broker peace. They killed my fucking messenger.
Fair enough.
But you killed their scouts before you found out about the messenger.
Oh, don't worry. I'm still in the right.
This is Warhammer. No one's in the right.
You're damn right. That's why I'm in the right. Because no one's
in the right. Damn right. I'm in the...
You got the best weapon.
I mean, if there's never a right, then that means I can never be factually wrong.
I'm gonna fucking enjoy ending this
You're,
man's
you're
career.
never right unless you're false. Was that
The only right nigga.
or whatever the fuck they're called?
Hmm?
Who's that chaos god? Karn or
Oh, corn.
Corn?
Korn? Yeah, I always forget his name's Korn because it's like. All right, here's
They're
my
both
wife would always.
cornflakes.
but he's
Yeah,
from, like,
my wife-
UK.
My wife would always make fun of him whenever I said like corn, because she's like, "Why the fuck did they name him after like corn? Like that's the stupidest fucking thing I've heard." I'm like, I don't fucking know, dude.
Because I need blood for my cornflakes.
Yeah.
Don't give me your spine.
Hey, man, how much experience did I get from doming 2 fucking scouts?
How many style points?
There's really no such thing as style points.
No. Oh.
What? We're not playing Pro Skater Tony Hawk? What?
Look, he only
You
gets
mean
points if he actually did an
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, thank you.
I know what I said.
That fucking ended, right? A while back?
Yeah.
For the Pro Skater series? Yeah.
What, Tony Hawk games?
Yeah.
It ended a long ass
Yeah.
time ago. The new one's Skate or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. And they're abysmal.
God, no.
Well, if you think about it, so was fucking Tony Hawk.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Tony Hawk wasn't really that good. He was just famous.
I'm talking about the game.
The only thing I will say, the only thing that kicked it off of me being comfortable with getting rid of the fucking scouts ahead of time is that they weren't respecting what we had brokered initially and started taking nothing but food.
Well, they never said they'd let food pass. They just said they would let They would take what they wanted to take and then give you the rest.
I'm gonna fucking end these assholes.
Josh, you are not in the right here technically, but neither are they. But you are higher than them, so it all works out. That makes sense.
Wow.
I'm trying to make. I tried to make it sure where people could still fucking run a farm, and then they could walk away rich. If they want to fuck with that, they're as retarded as they are. I don't need to fucking do anything respectful towards these men towards the end.
They're mercenaries. They don't give a fuck what happens to the people around here.
Oh yeah, no. That's why I'm just gonna fucking end their existence. Fucking. Ugh, chivalry, my asshole.